What's up, guys? I am in Sedona, of course, and I'm at the top of Doe Mountain, which is near the northwestern corner of the Sedona area, and it's got a great vantage point of all the beautiful features in Sedona in terms of the rocks. And sunrise is going to happen in about 15 minutes, and I apologize that I was not able to start this vlog earlier. I really had to get up this mountain as soon as possible, find a spot to set up, and I think I found something here. The issue that I'm having is there are some beautiful clouds right now where the sun is going to rise, so I have great color going on that I can capture, but the foreground is extremely dark, as you can tell. And I'm probably going to have to take multiple exposures to blend those together and get the foreground bright enough to balance out nicely with the sky and get all the detail throughout the scene. I'll show you what I have going on my camera. Here's the scene that I'm looking at. Obviously you won't really be able to see the sky because it's blown out in this exposure, but I'll probably be taking multiple exposures of this scene. And where the sun is going to come up is pretty much dead center. And I have this really nice tree in the foreground here with a couple of these cliffs on either side. And I think this composition is going to work. If not, I do have some other options within a few minutes scooting around the top of this mountain that I can get to, possibly at the top of that cliff over there on that side, and even on this cliff on this side as well. I can scoot around and find something, but the truth is this scene is really gorgeous, and I really think I can capture something nice. So I don't think the sun is going to be visible at all through the clouds. The clouds are blocking, but providing some beautiful light, so I don't mind. And I do have some gorgeous vantage points in the distance. Besides using a wide angle lens and even shooting some panoramas, I'm also going to use my 70 to 300 lens and try to pull in some details that are in the deep distance in terms of getting those rocks of Sedona lit up, backlit potentially by the sun. So we'll see what happens. So I found this really cool juniper root that is popping out of the ground right here, and it's stunning. I love it, and it's right on the edge of this really cool skinny cliff that's jutting out into the scene on one side, and I have the giant cliff coming out on the other side. It's providing beautiful leading lines directly to where the sun is going to rise. We're not going to see the sun through the clouds, I don't think. I'm going to go wide angle 17 millimeters. I'm going to also try a panorama shot, panning from this juniper tree all the way left to get that cliffside in the distance as well. I might even try to get the cliff on this side as well by scooting over a little bit, a few feet to the left, and capture all that in one scene. Really glad I found this. And this is a really cool edge of this mountain. I've never been up here before, and really gorgeous. And I'm thinking on the way back, facing west, there are going to be some nice views as well of the Fay Canyon area. I'll try to get some of those. If there is direct sunlight hitting those canyon walls, that'll make for a spectacular image. So the cloud bank is starting to move a little bit east, which means that the sun might make an appearance pretty soon, and I'm pretty stoked about that. I think I'll be able to get it splashing off the canyon walls a little bit with this cool juniper tree in the foreground and all the foreground elements somewhat lit up by that sunlight. I think that'll be really spectacular if that really does happen. I'm hoping. There are also some other really nice foreground elements very close by. I'm gonna hop around and try to tie in something else. Pretty soon I'll make my way to the west side of Doe Mountain and try to see if I can pick out details facing west if the sun indeed does make an appearance. Let's wait and see. Doe Mountain is very interesting because essentially it's a flat top mesa, and it's not very large, not very tall either, but there's really not much else around it, which gives you some really nice vantage points of all the cool areas in Sedona. To the east, west, north, and south, you really see everything from here. And though the trail is pretty well worn, I'm kind of surprised that it's not as popular as some of the other trails around Sedona. The parking lot is tiny, and there's a small little sign on the side of one of the roads here that just says Doe Mountain parking. And I'm kind of shocked about that. I came across this awesome pair of red rocks, giant boulders, and there's some really cool stuff growing on the sides of them, and it's in a perfect angle to capture. This will be in the bottom left third. The cliff on the cliff that's part of Doe Mountain will be on the right third, going up into the scene, hitting that top third as well. And then you have the Fay Canyon Wilderness area in the distance as well, all catching some beautiful light. And I think this might be able to pull all together to get a beautiful image. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna try a few different angles, higher up, further down, trying to get this rock balanced with the rest of the scene. I'm gonna probably go 17 millimeters wide open, as pretty much all of my shots have been today, trying to capture as much of this magical scene as I can. Gonna start heading out of the Sedona area now. I got probably a couple images that are gonna look pretty nice. So we'll see what happens when we get back to the computer. And more importantly, I was able to scout out some areas in the distance that I think would be cool to come back to when there are conditions that are misty, rainy, or even snowy, which will hopefully happen soon, because right now, it's the end of December, and it's still 40, 50 degrees, and probably got up to 60 degrees here in Sedona today. So it's very, very warm for this time of year. Last year around this time, there was already snow on the ground. So we're gonna hopefully come back in maybe in a couple weeks, maybe in a month or two, when it's a little bit colder, and hopefully we'll have some snow or even some rain when the winter rains come through, and hopefully get some nice misty, moody shots of some of the more distant red rocks on the eastern side of Sedona. Today I was mainly focused on the western part of Sedona, and it was beautiful and definitely worth coming back to, because the area right next to me right here is Fay Canyon, and I really would love to check that out. There's an arch in there, and I feel like there's going to be some good photographic opportunities in Fay Canyon, especially at the back of Fay Canyon. But for now, that's all, and thanks so much for watching my vlog here, and until next time, in Sedona, out.